Hi guys, Steph here. Okay, so today we've got something just a little bit different. We've not got a fountain pen, but what we've got is a pencil. Yes, a pencil. A ink pencil. Now, for you regular viewers that you watch on a regular basis, you would have seen this pencil in my recent pen haul here. Look at that. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? And unusual. It just needs just a little bit of TLC and a service. Hey! And look at it now. After that TLC and a service, it's looking absolutely gorgeous. So as I said, we've got a pencil. What sort of pencil? Nice and simple. Let's show you the barrel imprint, which is lovely and clear. So there we have it. It says, well, to the left to the top, it says self Onoto filling, and then underneath ink pencil, and then below that it has Delarue, British made, London, and then to the very bottom, BR patent applied for. So nice and simple. We've got a Onoto ink pencil. Now, this one is a plunger filler, and to the bottom of the plunger, it has two numbers. I'm not sure if that's the number. It says 92, and then to the back there, it has B9. Okay, I'm hoping you can see that, or it might be slightly different. That might be 92, but it has 92 and B9. Now, the 92 may actually, there may be a digit missing. I'm not sure whether it is, but the 92, I'm assuming, is the model. But the B9, in my opinion, is the colour of this particular one. Now, a few years ago, I showed you a similar fountain pen because this pencil is based on the Onoto Minor 1201 fountain pen, which is, well, similar colour. And that particular one, the Onoto Minor fountain pen, was also B9, which indicated that it has this transparent sort of lattice pattern. Now what I'll do, I'll leave you a link to that fountain pen, the Onoto Minor, later on. You can go and have a look at that if you wish, but let's come back to this gorgeous pencil. So you can see, as I say, the B9 indicating that it's actually got this sort of, transparent lattice pattern to the barrel there. You can see along the whole pen, or pencil should I say, it's got this lovely chasing pattern running throughout the pencil. To the cap, we've got this nickel silver cap ring, as you can see, and these pencils at this period, this one doesn't have a clip. Whether they had clips at that particular period, I'm not too sure, but I have actually seen them as it is here, a clipless pencil. Now, when I mentioned period a little bit earlier, I'm dating this to around the 1930s, so quite early. But look at the condition. As I say, from the 1930s, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now the size of this particular pencil, from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, is 121 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a nice 11 millimeters in diameter. Okay, so a lovely size. Now, although it's an ink pencil, I know these were actually called, well, some companies called them stylograph pencils. So yeah, you know, is it a fountain? You know, the fact that it uses ink, is it a fountain pen? Is it a pencil? Well, I'm not too sure. And again, you know, some companies used or called them stylographs. Okay, but for all intents and purposes for the video, yeah, I'm just going to simply call it the Onoto ink pencil. Now, if we take the cap off for you, which is a screw on, screw off cap. Okay, let's show you numerous different angles. Lovely condition. As I say, it's had the TLC, it's had the service, i.e. it's been fully disassembled, everything internally has been cleaned, it's had a brand new plunger cup washer installed. To the bottom, it's had brand new cork seals installed, and hopefully, as we'll see in a moment, is in full working order. Now, if we go up to the section very similar to, yeah, to a fountain pen, as you can see there. The only difference being is, well, not necessarily the nib, but the nib at the top there. You can see it's got this transparent sort of nib to the top. To the very end, it actually has a metal tube. Now, inside there, inside the transparent piece, you hopefully can see it's got this black feed, and to the end of the black feed, it's got a wire, okay, that goes up to the tube to the end there. I think you can see it there, okay, and that wire allows the ink to wick through to this little metal tube at the end, and in turn to help regulate the ink inside. Now, we mentioned earlier this one is a plunger filler, which means, like the plunger fountain pens, it has the blind cap to the bottom here, and it means that what we do, we simply unscrew the blind cap. We then pull out the plunger like so, and then push down. As with all these plunger fillers, the Onotos, it fills on the downward stroke. Okay, so if we push it down, and you can hear sort of like a popping sound. If I actually just take a, let's take this, see if we can, there we go, that's a little bit better. Okay, so if I push the plunger down, there you go. And then let's pop it up again, just show you again. So that's how clear it is. You can see the plunger inside working correctly. Now, how it actually works is when you pull out the plunger, as I say, it's got a cup washer inside, and what happens is as you push it down, it creates a vacuum to the back of the plunger. Now, once it hits the bottom of the barrel, there's like an open section, it's slightly wider, and at that point, it releases the air from behind the vacuum, and in turn, that then takes in the ink. So it goes down, as you push it down, creates the vacuum to the back. It hits this particular area, and as I say, there's a wider section inside there. That then releases the air from the back, and in turn takes the ink into the pen. Okay, so what we'll do, let's try and show you that actually working. Now, this is the first time, as always, I'm going to test the pen. So what we do, once again, pull out the plunger, we insert the sort of nib section, little bit of the section into the ink, and push down in one swift motion, and I'll be a bit quiet. Haha. Okay, you could hear that popping sound, which is precisely what we want to hear. Let me give that a wipe. Let me just turn the plunger knob all the way home. Okay, and let's just have a look inside. Like I say, I've just done it very quickly, so hopefully, there you go, you can see a little bit of the ink there inside. So what we'll do now is let's bring on some paper. Whoops-a-daisy. And let's see if it works. So what we've got is a Onoto pencil from the 1930s, made in England, and as it says, made in England in London. Obviously there's no flex to the nib, it's a pencil, it writes with a fine line, as you can see here. Okay. And yeah, would it be used for sort of technical drawing? I'm not too sure. I'm not actually too sort of au fait with these pencils. You know, these are actually quite new to me. All I know is that once you service them, they're actually nice pencil. It's actually a nice writer. Okay, so there we go, look at that. So there's a writing sample, writing very nicely indeed. So what we're going to do now, let's just show you. There we go. So let's pull out the plunger. I'm going to leave the nib over the ink, because sometimes when you pull them out, it does actually release a bit of ink. Okay, there we go. So let's bring on some water and let's get it in focus. Pull out the plunger, dip it into the ink. There you go, you get a little bit of popping out. There you go, you can see lots of the ink sort of coming out there. Pull out the plunger. There we go. Let's make sure it's all there, like so, like that. Leave it a few seconds. Pull out the plunger. It's always nice when things work out. Let's try it again. There we go, that's better. I could just see lots of water going into the barrel there. Now if I pull it out now, there you go. So let's just do that one more time. There we go. Whoops, lots of bubbling. I can see the ink going into the barrel. Push it down one more time. And there we go. Let's just clear that. Pop the water to one side. And what we'll do, we'll clean everything internally again. And what we'll do is try and find a new home for this lovely pencil. Okay, so there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the video, looking at the pencil, as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment down below. Don't be shy. Give the video a thumbs up if you will. And don't forget to subscribe. But for now, I'm just going to say Slavo Ukraini from me and this pencil. Bye-bye for now.